Hello, and welcome to episode 469 of Prog Review. Today we're doing this one. I don't know what it's called, there's no title on it. There's nothing. There's not even a band name. I don't even know who recorded it. Anyone? Anyone know? Four Symbols? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we're doing this one. It's not Prog. It's not. I don't care. Death to Prog Review. This is originally released in 8th of November 1971. I was here. I was just about here then. And it is the fourth studio album by Led Zeppelin. I was joking. I know who it is. I know. I'm just pulling your leg. You know. It's what we do, isn't it? It's what we do. It's what mates do with each other. We pull each other's legs, and then you fall over. But yeah, Led Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin 4, it's one of those classic albums. I'm not the greatest fan of Led Zeppelin, and I never really understood their massive appeal. Some bands I just like Muse and Stephen Wilson, Porcupine Tree, the Beach Boys. No, I'm being unfair about the Beach Boys. They've got some really good melodies. But no, it's some Rolling Stones, that was it, Rolling Stones. Some bands I just don't understand their appeal, and this is Led Zeppelin, but I understand the appeal of this album. It's very interesting, very curious album. It opens with Black Dog. Now, Black Dog, when you think of Black Dog, you know, think about like depression. You know, the Black Dog's following me. You know, blues. You know, when they're singing the blues, you know, they sing about the Black Dog, don't they? The old blues men. And but no, they turn Black Dog into a kind of upbeat, you know. Oh, mama, make you sweat, gonna make you groove. A daddle dum dum, diddly 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 dum, diddly dum dum, diddly 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 dum. I see, I've ruined it for you now. It is a classic track. But again, Black Dog and rock and roll, they kind of go hand in hand, and they always sound really kind of lackadaisical to me. There's, you know, it's kind of a bit sloppy and all over the place. But I guess that's part of the appeal. And yeah, I mean, I think the band. Their first three albums are kind of curious. The first one, you know, is just them ripping off old blues songs, and then they're refining their act until they get to Led Zeppelin 4. This is again, that's the fascinating thing about them. They are evolving as a band, and this, you see all that stuff culminate. And so you have two out and out, you know, rock and roll, you know, blues based rock and roll song, and then you go into, you know, the Battle of Evermore, which is, you know, completely different, you know, and it's it's folk, isn't it? Really, yeah, I guess you'd call it a folk song, and it's you know, mandolin driven. Jimmy Page borrowing John Paul Jones's mandolin, I might add, and Sandy Denny appears on it. Good old Sandy Denny, and Yeah, it's good track. Again, that's what I mean. So I'm just thinking about it. You know, it's part. Some call it? Was it Celtic folk? My goodness, I mean, what's that all about? But no, I mean, again, I like the way you transition from Black Dog rock and roll into the Battle of Evermore. You know, it's moving forward, and then you get that song. You know the one. You know that one. The one that, you know, sounds like the one by Spirit. You know. Was it the family that plays together, stays together? 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. I remember amazing the guy once when I worked with, and he said Spirit. He was talking about Spirit and Randy California and all that. And I said, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. He nearly dropped his pint because no one else had ever mentioned them before. And I go and, you know, I said, that's it. That's just me. Remembering the titles of albums, but yeah, Stairway to Heaven. It's the band. Just it is that they are prog. You know, it's an 8-minute little proggy song, and it builds up. You know, it starts off very mellow, and then, you know, you reach a crescendo, you know, when the drums and everything comes in. So, you know, it's a little journey and it's a little story being told, and, you know, again, it's very different to the band that opens with, you know, like Communication Breakdown and whatever on for Led Zeppelin 1. It's they're refined. They've become more sophisticated in their songwriting, and that's what I find really fascinating about this album compared to the previous ones. Then if you've got it on vinyl, you flip it over. That's your dad days. Yeah, I'm still doing your mum, your dad jokes. That's it. That's all I'm good for. Then we do Misty Mountain Hop. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a medium tempo rocky kind of thingy, and get your Tolkien reference here. You know, they love the old Tolkien, don't they? In the old Led Zeppelin, and yeah, and it's about being in the park, isn't it, and stuff, and getting arrested for having the wrong kind of cigarettes. I wouldn't know. I don't smoke. But yeah, again, it's completely different to what Stairway. Now, I mean, again, my thing about the album is I think Stairway to Heaven should have actually been the last track on the album. I think they should have switched When a Levee Breaks and that around, because you listen to that first side and you go, it's perfect, and then you turn it over, and I think Misty Mountain Up, Four Sticks, Going to California When a Levee Breaks are a little bit disparate. They don't kind of flow as well as that, first side does. But again, it's just me being critical. Four Sticks is, sort of Going to California. Again, he's talking about, flowers in the hair. And again, this is 1971, and the whole flower power thing was like a few years back, and it's almost like they've missed the. I'm not saying that they have missed the boat. It's almost like the song was written in a different time, but I still like it. And then When the Levee Breaks, again, I think it's based on a blues track or something. I don't know, because I know Memphis Minnie gets a credit. Did they rip her off? But you get some really good harmonica. I think it's harmonica, isn't it? Playing on this, and it's and it's got a very heavy sound. But again, it doesn't really. I don't think it makes a very good play-out song to the album. I mean, I think they should have opened the album maybe with that. I don't know. But yeah, so they return by the end of the album. They return to that blues rock roots that we're used to, on those first three albums. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic album. It is, that's all you can say. I picked this up. This one of the new rejiggered ones, because I had it going cheap on the old Amazon, you see, and yeah, it sounds lovely. It sounds absolutely superb. But that's it. I'm not a great Led Zeppelin fan, you see. I do this and Houses Are Holy, and that's about as far as you. Maybe a little bit of Led Zeppelin through. Hats off to Harper and all that. Roy Harper. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about me. Me and Led Zeppelin got a funny. I don't get it. But then, yeah. Oh, do shut up, Darren. You don't know what you're talking about. No, you're right. So yeah, of course it gets five 4 sticks. Can we do that? 5 4 sticks? Yeah, 5 4 sticks out of 5. 5 4 sticks out of 5. 'Cause it's a classic album. I'd be some kind of cretin to mark it any lower. And again, everyone, you need to hear the album, and if you haven't heard it, you need to go and listen to it. And it shows a band that has reached its peak, reached its nadir of development, and it is, and they're consistent as well. The problem I have with the other albums is they lack consistency. Houses the Holy's a little bit like that sometimes on the second side. First side is really strong, and again, I this one is their most consistent album, and I think again, I was talking about this before with the Radiohead album in the comments. Is structure. The structure of an album is probably the most important thing. The track listing, the track run. And I don't think a lot of bands and a lot of people take as much notice of it as they should, because there is an art of building momentum and getting the listener through. And so, yeah, you might put a weaker song, as the third track on the album, and so you get this kind of undulating ride, and it does keep the listener interested, because they know there's a good song coming up, or the emotional flow is up and down. And I don't think, again, a lot of bands appreciate the art of a good track run. But I'm whittering on again. It's it's Led Zeppelin 4. No stairway, no stairway to heaven. Sorry, tickle. Keep it in. But yeah, it's the 70s. It's hard rock. It was a different time. I've been whittering on unsuccessfully about this album by Led Zeppelin. No, there's not even a name on the spine. What kind of madness is this? And thank you for indulging me once more. My name's Darren Rock. There's only one more thing to say, and that is a Prog on.